What's up, everybody? It's me, E-Man from E-Man's Movie Reviews. Marvel Studios announced a number of upcoming properties coming out for their movies and Disney Plus streaming service. Among those projects was the Loki series that will star Tom Hiddleston. Some recent news was announced that within this series, Loki will apparently be doing some time traveling, affecting the MCU history and causing all types of mischief. But hold on. How exactly can Loki do any type of time traveling when he's in possession of the Space Stone? Well, that's certainly a mystery that we don't know, but I do have a theory that I believe will answer that question. So in this video, I'm going to cover the news that we have so far about the upcoming Loki series, and I'll share with you my own theory as to how Loki could possibly time travel. If my theory ends up being true, I do believe that this could possibly make Loki more powerful than ever. I'll explain what I mean coming up next. For those of you who entered my last giveaway, I want to say congratulations to Russell Wells Benjamin for winning the free digital copy of Avengers Endgame. Please go to my About section and get in touch with me so I can get your contact details and send you your prize. Thank you so much for those of you who entered, and if you didn't win, don't worry, I've got a bunch of other giveaways coming up in the near future. As a matter of fact, just to let you know, for my biggest giveaway ever, once my channel hits 100,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a brand new PlayStation 4. Now keep in mind, this is only going to be given away to the subscribers of my channel, so be sure to subscribe and don't miss out when that time comes. Spoiler alert! Please keep in mind that I will be mentioning some news and rumors and reports that might actually be a spoiler for the Loki TV series. If you're not interested in spoilers, please feel free to head on over to one of my other videos where you could enjoy some fun theories about Loki. Okay, you've been warned. Let's get on with it. Alright, so Loki's got a new show coming up. The show is going to debut in the spring of 2021 on Disney Plus, around the same time as WandaVision and the theatrical release of the sequel, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. First things first, this series is going to focus on the version of Loki from Avengers Endgame. If you recall, that version of Loki came from the year 2012, and it was right after facing a crushing defeat at the hands of the Avengers. After a fumble by Stark, Loki picked up the Tesseract and escaped. So this Loki is going to be the one who doesn't lose his parents and who doesn't have the character development that we all saw on display in Avengers Infinity War. This Loki is going to go back to his villainous roots and definitely be more mischievous. From the sounds of it, it does sound like a way for Marvel to backtrack and cash in on the version of Loki that made him popular to begin with. However, this time around, it sounds like they're going to take this Loki in a different direction that might be far more interesting. Here's what Tom Hiddleston had to say.
You guys saw Avengers, right? So he's still that guy. And just about the last thing that happened to him was he got Hulk smashed. So there's a lot of psychological evolution that is still yet to happen. But Kevin has generously shown me what his plans are. I can't tell you any of them. But it is one of the most exciting creative opportunities I think I've ever come across. This is new territory, a new world, new challenges, and I cannot wait to get started.
But what's this all about? Back in February, it was reported that Michael Waldron would be overseeing the new Loki show. In case you didn't know, Waldron is the writer and producer of the sci-fi comedy Rick and Morty. So I think it's safe to assume that the Loki show is going to include some fun comedy for sure. It also reported that the show is going to follow Loki as the trickster and shapeshifter who pops up throughout human history as an unlikely influencer on historical events. We then got the first look at the Loki series from Kevin Feige during a presentation at the Disney Investors Day in June 2019. It appeared to show Loki in what looked like the mid-1970s. That was the best guess given the fact that the movie Jaws appeared to be debuting in the background. Kevin Feige later had this to say about the premise of the Loki series.
The question I got asked more than any other question after Endgame was, where did Loki go? What happened to Loki? This series will tell you what happened to Loki right after that. He goes to a number of places. I don't want to spoil them.
Previously, Kevin Feige had also said that the streaming shows will tie into the MCU movies as well. With that said, some more recent news just dropped saying that the Loki series will directly set up the upcoming Thor Love and Thunder movie. The report reads as such: the TV series Loki follows Loki after the events in Avengers Endgame as the trickster uses the power of the Tesseract to travel throughout human history and change historical events. In addition to that, the website that reported this, which of course is all speculation for now, said that the Loki show will end with Loki using the Tesseract to hop through the multiverse and return to the main MCU timeline and possibly even bring Thor's hammer back with him. Maybe that's how Jane Foster will acquire the hammer for Thor Love and Thunder. So from this news, by the way, again, take with a grain of salt, we can gather that Loki is going to be traveling to various places and time periods. He'll also play a pivotal role in Thor Love and Thunder. But hold on a second, that leads us to the very big question, which is, how can Loki time travel with the Space Stone? We know that each Infinity Stone has a particular power, and in the case of the Space Stone, it grants its wielder the absolute control over space itself. Well, from that description alone, it would seem as though time travel wouldn't be possible, especially since there is another Infinity Stone, namely the Time Stone, that actually governs over time. But the MCU has already given us that answer. Scott Lang informed us in Endgame that if you can travel to the quantum realm, time travel could be possible. Lang said that if one could get really small using Pym particles, they can enter the quantum realm where time and space operate very different. Lang then proposed to find a way to navigate the quantum realm. The idea was to enter the quantum realm at a certain point in time and exit the realm at another point in time. Well, here's the thing. You don't actually have to be small in order to travel to the quantum realm. The quantum realm is just another dimension, or in other words, it's just another place. There are different ways to enter the quantum realm. Becoming small is only one way because you basically become so tiny that you penetrate the opening of that dimension. However, that wasn't the case with Doctor Strange. He was able to travel to the quantum realm via magic. The main reason for that is because his magic creates portals into other dimensions. Okay, but what's this have to do with Loki? Well, the Space Stone has another ability that we haven't really seen shown on screen yet. Since it does govern over all space, it has the ability to open portals to other locations, which means it should also be capable of interdimensional travel. So theoretically, Loki could use the Space Stone to open up a portal to another dimension where, let's just say, the science works differently, and exit that dimension to bring him into a different point in time or reality. This would be no different than how the Avengers use Pym particles to use the quantum realm as a medium to travel to different realities or timelines. Now, am I saying that Loki from 2012 automatically knows about the quantum realm and therefore he conveniently also knows how to use it for time travel? No, of course not. But there are three things that I want you to consider. First, we all know that Loki has a very interesting relationship with the Tesseract. He knows how to use it very well. From the mythology that we learned in Captain America: The First Avenger, the earliest known people to possess the Space Stone were the Asgardians. They were the ones that put the Space Stone in the containment vessel that we know today as the Tesseract. With Loki being a prince of Asgard, it would be no surprise that he would be well versed in the knowledge of the Space Stone and its powers. Second point to consider is that in the MCU, his mother, Frigga, taught him a lot about the magic that he now possesses. Plus, we also learned in Avengers Endgame a bit more about Frigga. We learned that she was raised by witches and time travel was not a foreign concept to her. So could it be that she might have passed down some of that knowledge to Loki as well? The third and last thing to consider is that Loki is knowledgeable about other realms. After the events of the first Thor movie, Loki fell into a black hole, leading people to believe that he had died. When he reappeared in the first Avengers movie, he told his brother Thor that he's seen worlds that Thor has never known about. Could this mean that Loki has traveled to new dimensions as well? Obviously, we don't know for sure, but I do think that there is enough reason to believe that Loki is smart enough to figure that stuff out. Maybe in the Loki series he uses the Space Stone and accidentally travels to another dimension, travels out of it, and finds himself in some random point in time. Maybe this could provide a story similar to Quantum Leap, where Loki is dimension hopping back and forth with the Space Stone, and because of that, he learns about time travel, and of course, while he's in these different time periods, he might as well cause some mischief too. But hey, I don't know. Marvel can literally do whatever they want with this Loki series and make it work. But just think of this. Loki is a master magician who can cast illusions and probably more. And as a frost giant, Loki has superhuman strength, speed, agility, durability, stamina, insanely fast reflexes, and he can fight. He's a cunning strategist and he can manipulate almost anyone. You take all of that and give this man the ability to transport himself anywhere in space, and he can use time travel? Yeah, Loki can definitely become more powerful than ever before. So what do you think? Did that explanation of the Space Stone and time travel sound, let's go with 60% believable? Would you like to see Loki have that kind of power at his hands? And what about the Loki series? Are you excited to see it? I know I am. And hey, if you can think of another cool idea of how Loki can time travel, let me know in the comments below. Now, if you're interested, I do have my previous video where I give another theory about how Loki uses the Space Stone, but does not actually create an alternate reality. In other words, everything that he does stays within the main MCU timeline. Anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. If you're new to my channel and if you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to this channel. We're always welcoming to new members of the E-Team. Don't forget to ring that bell and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on future videos, movie reviews, and giveaways. Well, I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.